Hi, I'm Lee Partridge and welcome back to Col TV for another midweek show. Got a busy show for you this evening. Later on, we'll be hearing from Matty Effrington and Ryan Lowe, our under-21s head coach and captain, respectively. We'll be hearing their thoughts ahead of Friday's game against Chelsea under-21s at Malden. We'll also be catching up with the highlights and the reaction from that fantastic win at the weekend, the 5-4 against high-flying top of the league, Notts County. We'll be taking a look back at that. But first, as you well know, we took a trip to Newport last night, and this is how the game played out. That's the action from last night's game at Newport. Now it's time for some reaction to the game from the dressing room.
Ben, frustrating evening. Was a frustration more that we didn't build on the performance Saturday, or more that in the end we didn't get something out of a game where we could well have done?
Both, I think. Performance-wise, not at the levels we were Saturday, which is disappointing too many times this season. You know, I think we've got momentum. I think we're in a good place and we take a backward step. So it's frustrating at the moment. You know, there's work to be done in terms of the character and mentality and getting consistency in games. But as you say, we should still take something from the game. We've had enough opportunities to win the game, let alone draw it. But the amount of times I've said that this season is becoming frustrating as well. So we've got to get back to work. We've got to chisel away at these things, keep improving, keep driving the standards within the group and strive for that consistency that we need.
And even tonight, though, there is that quality amongst our squad. We saw that with the goal, and then towards the end of the first half where it was a goal, it looked from where we were. Yeah,
actually yard over the line. It's for me, that's the other frustration, that the level of officiating is just nowhere near where it should be. And you know, you can say it sounds like sour grapes, but it's a yard over the line. You know, and it's missed. That puts us in the lead. You know, I don't know, is that 1-0 or 1-1? But we're ahead. We're 2 up, or we're a goal ahead. It's a different game. It's a different game completely. And then the time, and you know, first Saturday we have 10 minutes added on. Second half, we come in tonight. The ball's in the crowd for half the second half. They're not throwing it back. It's not coming back in. There's injuries. There's substitution. We get 5 minutes added on. We just want consistency across games. We're not getting it. We're not getting the rub of the green. But we have to look at what we can control. Hope that other people do their jobs and improve that side of things, and we have to focus on what we need to do.
And going into that second half, other than the first 30 seconds where Owen's made a couple of good saves, we kind of looked like we were gaining some control in it, and then another mistake lets
Yeah.
them get their second goal.
Yeah, we had real good control at the start of the second half. We addressed a few things at half time that I didn't think were good enough first half. Came out and, as you say, apart from the first 30 seconds or so, started to dominate, started to control. Thought we were going to go on and win it at that stage, and we make a really poor error, and it cost us.
Yeah, and towards the end, a couple of chances for two young strikers that are still learning their way in the game. That's going to happen, but they're going to have to learn that you often haven't got time in the 6-yard area to think. You've just got to instinctively make sure you make the right decision.
Yeah, no, listen, there's a degree of patience in some respects. You know, we're creating opportunities, but we're now getting to the point we have to be taking more of these chances. You know, the amount of gilt-edged opportunities that we're missing in games that are costing us points, that has to improve. It has to improve. You know, Samji's getting there. That's his third goal of the season, so he's already got more league goals than last season. So he's making, you know, incredible progress. Brad's done well when he's come on. He's another opportunity there at the end. But we've had opportunities across all the games this season. You know, we're creating a lot. We're getting opportunities. For me, it's a focus thing. It's a concentration thing at both ends of the pitch. That's the reason we're not getting the points that we should be.
Frustrating night at Newport, especially given the performance that we had on Saturday.
Yeah, really frustrating. The lads are absolutely gutted in there. But we've only got ourselves to blame. We didn't play anywhere near the level that we've shown in recent weeks, even though we haven't got results. But like Saturday, we got a result and we played really well. And we come here on a Tuesday night expecting another really good performance, and it's just not happened at all.
Yeah, and I suppose that's kind of been the theme over the course of the season so far. We're only called 9-10 games in, but that consistency, we're not going from game to game and showing it the same.
Yeah, and that's the key word, consistency. If we can be consistent, we'll climb the league, no doubt about it. We've got so much quality in this dressing room. We've shown it a lot of times this season, but there's times where we've not shown it and we've not turned up. Again, like tonight, or we've had a good win at a weekend or on a Tuesday and not followed it up. Have to start following up, have to start going on runs if we want to climb up that league.
And I suppose there are also teams that when they don't play well, they do grind out a result and do get the win, especially given that we went ahead as well.
Yeah, that's it. Like, we haven't performed well, but you're not always going to perform well in games every week. But we've gone 1-0 up and we're away from home, we've got something to hold on to. And we should be able to see out a 1-0 win, and we haven't done that tonight.
Yeah, and there's got to be a bit of ruthlessness and clinical at both ends, hasn't there? Defending, making sure you're defending your goal. And when the chances do come your way, especially in tight games like this, which there's going to be, you have to take chances.
Yeah, we do, yeah. And it's been the story of our season so far. And it was a bit like that Saturday. Obviously, we were able to take our chances, but we still let in 4 goals. And then tonight, we've had some really good chances to score more than that 1 goal. And bare minimum, we come away with a draw and not played well at all. But we've come away with nothing, and we can't keep doing that.
Yeah, and it's a tough week, 3 games in 8 days, so it'll be a case of a blend of resting, working out where you went wrong and where you can do better ahead of Saturday's game.
Yeah, but we've got to pick ourselves up and we've got to go again. We've got a big game on Saturday at home in front of our fans, and we've got to put on a performance for them.
That's the thoughts of the dressing room and Ben Garner on last night's game against Newport. Now, let's turn to the weekend's game against high-flying top of the league Notts County. They come to the JobServe Community Stadium, and what a game it was. And many of you are saying, many fans are saying, it's the best game that they've ever seen here at the JobServe Community Stadium. And who are we to argue? Let's take a look at all the action and keep an eye out for the GoPro action, because there's plenty of that in the goal mouth. What a performance from the lads. And just to pick out a couple of bits, Noah Chilvers, quick thinking for the first goal. And what a performance. What a shift from Arthur Reed, capping it off with 2 fantastic strikes from that wand of a left foot that he's got. Right, it's not only been a busy week for the first team, but our under-21s will take on Chelsea under-21s in the Premier League Cup on Friday night. After suffering a 1-0 defeat to Bournemouth last week, ahead of an exciting clash, we can hear from our under-21s manager, Matty Etherington, and also the captain, Ryan Lowe.
Matty, big game against Chelsea under-21s coming up on Friday. How are you feeling ahead of this one?
It'd be a really good test for the players. Obviously a top academy, Cat 1 academy, loads of internationals in their team. It'll be a brilliant test for the boys and a brilliant learning experience for them. So yeah, thoroughly looking forward to the game. I'm sure the players are as well. And if we put in a similar performance to what we did at Leeds when we were really competitive within the game and good chance at the end, unlucky to lose the game, then I'm sure it'll be a good game.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the results haven't been there, but the performances have been brilliant in those games. What do you think is sort of lacking to get those results on board?
It's kind of I don't know if it's cliche. I know in between both boxes we've been really good in terms of some of the football we've played. We're just not clinical in terms of our defending, in terms of our finishing. So we'll continue to work on that. If we get that bit right, we'll be a really good under-21 side. It's just with that period at the minute where that's what's missing, but I think that will come sooner rather than later. Yeah,
and as you mentioned, Chelsea under-21's probably one of the best under-21 side in the country. How are the boys feeling ahead of this one?
Excited. They should be excited, and it's a chance to test yourself as a young player against the best in the country. So I'm sure they'll be looking forward to it. We'll need to have a very good game plan to try and be competitive within the game, which I'm sure we will be. But yeah, it's an important week now building up. We've got a 4-day build up to Chelsea on Friday, and then we'll be working hard.
And what are your expectations from the game on Friday?
To be competitive. That is, we were competitive against Leeds. Like I said, we were really good throughout the game. Probably had a 20-minute period in the second half, at the start of the second half, where they changed their press and it kind of spooked us a little bit. But apart from that, we were really good throughout the game against a Leeds team that had some really good players within their side. So similar performance to Leeds, but trying to get on the right end of the result.
Big game coming up against Chelsea under-21s on Friday. What's your feeling ahead of this one?
I think the boys are excited. It's a great opportunity against a good side. We played well against Leeds. Unfortunate not to get at least a point out of that game, but we feel confident that we can do the same. Hopefully, get a result.
Yeah, obviously the performances haven't been bad this season, but the results haven't been, the best. You haven't been winning games. What needs to change ahead of Chelsea?
I think a little bit of belief and confidence. I think if we do what we need to do, I think the boys can. We've got the ability in the team. I think we just need to stick together and hopefully that performances will come. And
are you confident ahead of Friday night?
Yeah, I think all the boys are confident. We're excited, ready to play against a good side. So yeah, it'll be a tough test, but we're ready.
Yeah, and as you say, you get to test yourself arguably against one of the best under-21 sides in the country. Are you feeling excited, nervous?
I'd say excited. I think all the boys are ready. We all know the qualities Chelsea have got. It's just about what we can do in our performances.
It's going to be a fantastic and tough test for under-21s on Friday against Chelsea, and you can look out for all the ticket information on the game. Please do go to our website, and it's a 7 p.m. kickoff. Right, now it's time to hear from Arthur Reed, the man of the moment, having scored 2 cracking goals against Notts County at the weekend. We caught up with him earlier this week before the Newport game to chat about his current form and his style of play.
And on a personal note, you must be really pleased with how it's going for you. You're being in the team every week, and you must feel that you're performing pretty well as well.
Yeah, definitely. That's kind of one of the main reasons I signed her in the first place, was to play as much football as possible. And yeah, so far under the manager, he's given me the license to kind of show what I can do, and yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot.
And do you feel that it's one of the best periods of your career? I know you're still only very young, but yeah, you must feel that things are coming together for you.
Yeah, definitely. I think it is just kind of being given the chance to play regular football, which I've probably haven't really had in a first team environment in a long time. I've kind of been in and out quite a lot for the last few years. But now to be able to get regular football, I think that's kind of allowed me to get some consistency in my games.
And you know, like football changing rooms are notoriously like together in most instances. Have you got on with all the players at Colchester United since you've been here and have formed new friendships, and have you settled into the area?
It's been good. I think obviously most of us, when I joined in Jan, were new, and then obviously again in the summer, a lot of new players. So kind of we've all been in the same boat, which has probably helped a lot. And we've all kind of just had to kind of crack on and get to know each other.
And we talked briefly about it at Walsall, but you're in that transitional stage where you probably still feel like you're a young player, but at Colchester United you're not anywhere near one of the youngest ones, so you might have to be a mentor to younger players coming into the squad.
Yeah, I think that's something that I definitely need to probably add to my game. As I said a few weeks ago, I've never really had to be in that position. But yeah, as we've got such a young group, that's something that I definitely need to, be a part of.
I mean, what immediately we've talked about this week, but in the longer term, it's a case of, I suppose, finding that consistency, both in terms of individual performances and the team performing, and then getting the results that those performances deserve.
Definitely. I think that's probably the hardest part in football, especially with such a young group. There's always going to be lots of ups and downs throughout the season, but yeah, it is kind of just playing together, getting consistency, and hopefully that will come with results and then becoming a more successful group.
Great to hear from Reedy there. Right, that's nearly it from me, but I did want to say a big shout out, a big mention to all the fans that made their way to Newport. Hope you had safe journeys there and back. I'll be back on Saturday for a pre-match show ahead of the Morecambe game. You can get your tickets for that one. They can be purchased via the website or from the ticket office on Saturday. Right, that's about it from me. Have a great week, whatever you're up to. Until next time, it's goodbye for now.